If your Treasure Coast home was recently on the market, whether that be Port St. Lucie, Vero Beach, or Palm City, and it didn't sell, I can almost guarantee that you heard the same exact thing from every agent. The price was too high. But in 2026, the price tag isn't always the reason that a home expires. A lot of times, it's because the house lacked a financial bridge. And in my last video, I went into a little bit of detail about why traditional price cuts are actually a waste of your equity. And today, I'm going to show you the seller concession strategy and how a strategic credit from you at the closing table can solve a buyer's two biggest fears: their monthly mortgage payment and their cash to close. All of this without you having to slice a list price by $40,000 or $50,000 or leave any of your equity sitting at the closing table. Now let's be honest about what happened last time your home was listed. You probably had a couple of showings, and you may have even had an offer that ended up falling apart. Why? Well, that's because in today's market, buyers are squeezed. Between Florida's insurance rates and interest rates holding steady in the sixes, many buyers are cash strapped. They have the income to qualify for the loan, but they don't necessarily have $30,000 or $40,000 in liquid cash to cover the down payment plus the closing cost. Or maybe the interest rates are making it so that the monthly payment just isn't affordable for them. Either way, whenever your listing expired, it wasn't necessarily because there wasn't anybody interested in your house. It was because no one could afford to get into it. And today, we're looking to change that. The first part of the concession is a rate buydown. So instead of dropping your list price by $20,000 or $30,000, we could instead offer the buyer a $10,000 concession to use towards a rate buydown. While reducing the sales price would probably save them about $100 a month on their mortgage, if we were to keep the list price where it is and go with the concession route, it'd lower their monthly payment by a few $100s a month, which is significantly more noticeable for buyers in today's market. Now think about that. For half the cost of the price cut that you were already thinking about doing and giving that to the buyer instead, you're giving them a home with a monthly payment that they can't find anywhere else between Vero Beach and Palm City. You are making your $500,000 home feel like a $400,000 home to their bank account. And that is how you take an expired listing and turn it into a multiple offer situation. Sometimes the rate isn't the problem though. It's the cash to close. Because in Florida, between our dock stamp taxes, title insurance, and the initial escrow deposit for most loans for your homeowner's insurance, closing costs can be a shock to the system. By offering a concession towards the closing cost, you're telling a buyer, hey, I'm willing to give you $10,000 or even $15,000 towards your closing, and now suddenly that young family or retiree who is short by that amount of cash can actually sign the papers and move forward. You haven't devalued your home, and you haven't hurt the neighbor's comps either. You simply helped to clear a hurdle that was stopping the deal from closing. Now, most agents just wait for a buyer to ask for this. I'm telling you right now that we need to market this from day one. When we relist your home, we aren't just going to put it back on the market and throw some notes in it, because that sounds like failure. We're going to do a relaunching with a buyer incentive package. All of our marketing on Zillow, social media, and the MLS in the brokerage remarks is going to say that we're willing to provide $10,000 or $15,000 in concession for the rate buydown, closing cost, or any other buyer's prepaids. This signals to every buyer's agent on the Treasure Coast that the home is buyer ready. It attracts the buyers who are too afraid to look at your house before because they thought they couldn't afford the entry fee. The 2026 market doesn't reward waiting and seeing. It rewards having a strategy and sticking to it. If your home is expired, it's time to stop lowering the price and start building a bridge for your buyers. If you want to see the specific math for your home and how much a buydown would cost or how much it would save a buyer, then I'm happy to run those numbers for you. I have a seller's net sheet where I can show you exactly what you'll walk away with after those concessions versus the traditional price cut. Text me the word bridge to 772-203-8600 or leave a comment below. I'm Ronnie Dinsmore, your Treasure Coast real estate expert. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at our listing appointment.